Namaste beautiful yogis. This is going to be a very quick video. I am pretty much ready to go to bed. We had a big day at the beach, lots of sun, swimming, walking, early morning, so I am completely and entirely done for the day, tired. But I was just reading through my messages on Instagram, and one of the most common questions I get, I think I don't keep track of what's most popular, but I really get that. Probably it very well might be one of the top one or top three questions is about anxiety. Now, that is not my area of expertise. I have not studied anxiety. I've contemplated it a lot because it seems to be plaguing society now, and it's not going to be a video that is going to exhaust all ideas and resources, but I'll give you certain things that come to mind with anxiety. I feel that it's far more common nowadays than it used to be in the past, before the era of social media or the I think just technology. So one of the most common triggers might very well be physiological. So I often think of anxiety not as a psychological problem, but more physiological probably, because it often probably stems from our body getting too charged with EMFs, radiation, radio frequencies, who knows, wherever we're on Earth. There's so many cell phone towers now everywhere, and they're affecting us. With the new technology coming, it's going to be kind of like microwaves for the brain. It's just really a lot of electromagnetic frequencies and radiation, radio frequencies, etc., directed at us at all times. And I think it's putting the body in a state of electric charge, and we do want to be magnetic. What magnetizes us is the earth. Putting the feet in the ground magnetizes us, makes us more magnetic. And when we're very electric, we can feel kind of buzzy like that. And so I would say that would be the first thing, to magnetize ourselves, to stay in nature, to breathe clean air at least for part of the day, go in nature, around trees, etc. Try to calm down, feel the earth, feel the magneticism of the earth. And of course, the other things that generally lead to good health are sleep. For me, sleep is extremely important. I can judge how my day will go and how my mood and just outlook on life will be by how I sleep. I'm a person that needs a lot of sleep. Most people don't say they need that, but I think I need 8.5 hours. I don't complain if it's 9 hours, especially since I had a baby and we're still breastfeeding. It seems like 8.5 is the minimum, because we do wake up through the night, and I kind of count even the waking up as sleeping, because it's hard to exactly tell how much I was sleeping, but I have to sleep, and that determines my mood and outlook on life. HIIT interval training, if you don't have adrenal fatigue, is very good, because it gets that anxious feeling out of you into an action. Now, if you're someone that has over-exercise over the years, obviously that advice won't exactly apply to you. My hair is crazy. We were swimming, and it's just sea hair. So those are the basics. Magnesium in the body, either in very high quality supplement form, or from grains, or even chocolate again, it depends on how you react to it. Absolutely no coffee if you have if you really struggle with anxiety. I think the time when I had actual like a sense of anxiety was when I was drinking a lot of coffee when I first moved to LA, and it's just a lot of changes in my life. I just felt electric. Other than this, anxiety is a state. I think, I think it can be related to caffeine. For me, I think that was the time when I've experienced it. Other than that, I think I've had general anxiousness about things in life. But I think when people ask me, I think they struggle with that crippling sometimes anxiety, almost like panic attacks, and that can be obviously coming from many reasons. I'm just saying the ones that are kind of more basic, and oftentimes the basic stuff is the one that is most common, because we sometimes tend to look too deep, and sometimes it's something just physiological, especially when it comes with to anxiety. I don't know if I wanted to say anything else. I just wanted to kind of remind you, bring your attention to caffeine and grounding nature, getting enough sun, vitamin D, making sure that your blood work is fine, checking your omega-3s because for brain development, magnesium, of course. If you're deficient in vitamin D, it tends to affect everything. If your gut flora is not okay, that can cause anxiety. Even parasites in the gut can cause anxiety. They affect our mental state because the gut is connected to the brain. The gut, brain, and the brain are connected. So even parasites, so very good digestive system is a must. For me, that's a whole nother video, but for me that would mean a lot of whole plants and chewing really well, drinking water before meals, and giving not eating on top of food. For me that's major. If I have eaten a really a proper meal, then I cannot eat before that meal is digested, or that would lead to indigestion. But everybody knows themselves, so you have to know the things that upset your stomach and never do them. Like, for example, I can't have fried food because it will give me acid, and I haven't had acid in many years, except for in two smallish periods during pregnancy, which is quite typical, and it's brutal. Acid is horrible, and that's why I avoid it so much. So that would be the things to pay attention to. Your gut flora, very important, especially now with all the how the food is treated, and it can wipe out our flora, and also with antibiotics and all of that. So I think that would cover probably half of the things. If you have a specific insight about anxiety, of course, I forgot to mention, that is the thing why people come to me, yoga and meditation, because it does help with anxiety. Especially, you can think your way out of things. I have, and it's not impossible. You can think your way, but when it's bodily, some things like anxiety, sometimes you will never find any particular thought, because it's nothing in particular, and sometimes you just have to find a healthy lifestyle and the things that elevate your frequencies, or the things that make you feel grounded, or the things that make you feel really connected, and that will just heal it. Sometimes it's, I think, that's probably less common. It's probably situational. You're in a situation where you just have no peace in your life. Okay, so then that obviously it's an obvious solution there. You can think your way out of that and do yoga and just accept your circumstances until you can change them, and the other solution is to change them. So that is it. I don't want to make this video long because I am so tired. You can see it in my eyes. They're probably having trouble keeping them open. So time for bed for me. And if you have any ideas about anxiety, and if you have major breakthroughs, you can share it in the comments below so other people can see them. And I'll see you soon. Love you all. Namaste.